networks. We will cover the following topics: the purpose of Azure Virtual Networks and Azure Virtual Subnets, VPN gateways, express routes, and finish with Azure DNS. So let's begin our dedicated networking session. Azure Virtual Networks and Subnets facilitate seamless communication among Azure resources, including virtual machines, web applications, and databases. This architecture also fosters connectivity with users across the Internet and local client computers. These virtual networks can be visualized as extensions of your on-premises network, interconnecting various Azure resources. Moreover, in the context of networking within Azure, network peering is a significant feature. Network peering enables the linking of different virtual networks, creating a private connection for communication between them. This connection is similar to a local network extension across virtual spaces. By establishing network peering, you can seamlessly share resources, such as virtual machines or databases, across distinct virtual networks, ensuring efficient and secure communication. Within Azure Virtual Networks, two types of endpoints play crucial roles in data exchange: public and private. Public endpoints possess public IP addresses, accessible from anywhere globally. Private endpoints, however, are confined within the virtual network and are assigned private IP addresses within the virtual network's IP address space. When configuring an Azure Virtual Network, a private IP address range is defined, utilizing either public or private IP address ranges. This IP address range remains confined within the virtual network and lacks internet routing capabilities. Further division of this IP addresses range into subnets allows specific portion of the range to be allocated to distinct subnets. For enhanced security and control, Azure Virtual Networks incorporate network security groups. These groups act as containers for numerous security rules governing inbound and outbound traffic. By evaluating factors such as source and destination IP addresses, ports, and protocols, these rules dictate whether to permit or deny traffic. This fine-grained control ensures the traffic flows as intended, bolstering the network's overall security posture. As we delve into the specifics of Azure's networking capabilities, let's also explore the practical implementation of network security groups within the Azure portal. Welcome to our demo. In this demo, we will review the network access. For this, let's go to the resource group that we created in our VM creation demo. So here in my resource group, I have network security groups that were created automatically. If I will open them, we will see different inbound and outbound security rules. Inside of inbound security rules, we have 3 rules that were created by default and one that was created because I decided to open HTTPS protocol. Also, I have outbound security rules that were added automatically. If you look on these rules, we have a priority. After that, we have a name. For example, allow VNet inbound traffic. We have a port from any port. We have also any protocol, source virtual network, and destination virtual network allow. So it means that the traffic from VNet to VNet is allowed by default. The same we have for outbound traffic that will allow from VNet to VNet, and here we have allow. So Those rules were created by default, and one with priority 300 were added because I decided on creation to open HTTPS protocol, and it has priority 300. So less the priority, less the number is higher, more priority we have. So it means if I will create another rule with 200 as a priority number, it will be more important than the rule with the number 300. Don't forget it, for example. Lower is our number, higher is priority. Now, if we would like to connect to RDP with our VM tool, so if you would like to open our remote desktop, it will be very difficult and impossible because we don't have a specific port open. So let's see what will happen if I will decide to connect and how we can create this connection. For it, I will go to our VM, I will select connect, and I will download it an RDP file for the connection. Okay, now let's open our RDP file and select the connection. And you see it's asked if I would like to connect. As the protocol is not open, I should have refused. So let's try and we will see that it will not work. So we see that we have an error message because the access is not enabled. To give an access, what we'll do, we will create a new security rule inside of our NSG's rules. So I'll come back and we will add an extra inbound rule. And we'll decide that this time we will use our RDP protocol. So the service RDP, we will allow the traffic. And if we want to have the biggest priority, we will put, for example, another number, or we can keep it 310. And after that, add this protocol. For sure, I will have a message saying like this port opened my access to the internet. I also have this highlight symbol because it's important to notify me that I'm giving access to VM over the public internet. So let's come back now to our VM and to try to connect this time as we open the protocol. We will come back again. We will need to download again our RDP file. We'll open our file and we will connect to our remote desktop protocol. I use a Contoso and I provided the password. And after that, again, it will ask me if I'm okay to connect. And here we have a magic. I can open my remote desktop protocol with my Contoso name. And now we learn that we can use the network security rules to open different ports and to have access to our remote desktop and to connect to it thanks to our VM creation and also different network security rules that we added together. Thank you for your attention. Let's come back now to our presentation. Imagine living in a glass house where everyone can see what you're doing. Not a great feeling, right? Well, using the internet without a secure VPN is a bit like that. So what is a VPN? A VPN, or virtual private network, is like a secret tunnel on the internet. It keeps your online information private and safe. It's like putting special tinted glass on your glass house. You can see out, but no one can see in. When you use a VPN, your data travels through this secure passage to special VPN servers. No one, not even your internet service provider or government, can snoop on your data. The VPN also masks your real device's addresses and use its own address instead. This provides a shield for internet use, even on Wi-Fi networks. A VPN works somehow like building a secret road inside another road. It's useful for linking private networks over the big public internet. Any data sent on the secret road is locked up with encryption, a protective layer that keeps your information secure. Every network can only have one special entry point for this secret road, but this entry point can connect to various places like other networks or your computers located in different spots. In Azure, there exist dedicated VPN gateways. These gateways ensure that data can move securely between Azure networks and your own computers, even when they're far apart. These gateways also enable different Azure networks to communicate securely with one another. In essence, a VPN is your personal concealed pathway on the internet, ensuring your online activities remain private and secure, much like the walls of a glass house fitted with tinted windows. ExpressRoute is an Azure service that allows you to create private connections between Microsoft data centers and your on-premises infrastructure. ExpressRoute connections do not go through the public internet, providing enhanced security, reliability, and low latency performance compared to regular internet connections. This means as well that ExpressRoute connections offer greater security, reliability, and speed with reduced and predictable latencies compared to standard internet connections. In some cases, using ExpressRoute for data transfer between on-premises devices and Azure can significantly reduce costs. ExpressRoute enables connection to Microsoft Cloud services, such as Microsoft Azure and Microsoft 365, and connects offices, data centers, or other locations to the Microsoft Cloud. Each location has its own ExpressRoute service. You can enable ExpressRoute Global Reach to facilitate data exchange between on-premises sites by connecting them through your ExpressRoute circuits. For example, if you have an office in Asia and a data center in Europe, both connected to Microsoft's networks through ExpressRoute, you can use ExpressRoute Global Reach to connect these two locations so they can exchange data without going through the public internet. In summary, the main difference between a VPN gateway and ExpressRoute lies in the nature of the connection and the level of performance and security they offer. A VPN gateway uses the public internet to create secure connections, while ExpressRoute provides a dedicated private connection with higher performance and security features. The choice between these options depends on your specific networking requirements, data sensitivity, and performance needs. Moving forward from discussing the difference between VPN gateways and ExpressRoute, let's now explore the capabilities of Azure DNS. DNS, or Domain Name System, can be described as a phone book. It's translating human-readable names to computer-friendly addresses. Azure DNS, or Azure Domain Name System, is a hosting service for DNS domains that provides name resolution by using Microsoft Azure infrastructure. Azure DNS operates as a cloud-based solution, offering the ability to host and manage DNS domains, also known as DNS zones. These zones serve as collections of DNS records that handle the translation of human-readable domain names into machine-friendly IP addresses. By entrusting your domain to Azure's infrastructure, you gain the convenience of overseeing your DNS records using familiar Azure tools, APIs, and credentials. The payment structure mirrors other Azure services, where you are billed based on your usage. Azure DNS seamlessly integrates with your Azure resources, facilitating automated updates to DNS records based on changes within Azure, such as deployment or modifications to resources. When you relocate a web application to a different location, the associated Azure DNS record is automatically adjusted to reflect the change. In Azure DNS, a global network of Azure DNS serves hosts' DNS domains. This architecture ensures both resilience and high availability. To optimize query processing, speed, and availability for your domain, the network is designed so that each DNS request is directed to the nearest available DNS server. In summary, Azure DNS provides a dynamic platform for hosting and managing DNS domains. It leverages the convenience of Azure's ecosystem, the efficiency of automation, and the assurance of high availability, contributing to a smoother and more reliable online experience for your users. And Azure DNS concludes our first part of the training and our third session. Let's recap everything we have learned in this first part. We started with the first session and learned about the fundamental principles of cloud technologies. We familiarized ourselves with various types of cloud deployment models and discussed the differences between capital and operational expenditures. Next, we described the different advantages of cloud services and explored the three different types of cloud services as IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. We wrap up the first session with the concept of shared responsibility. Moving on to the second session, we examined different components of the architecture, such as regions, availability zones, subscriptions, and resource groups. We also delved into various types of compute options like virtual machines, containers, and virtual desktops, making comparisons between them. Towards the end of our second session, we discussed application deployment. In the third session, we focused on Azure Virtual Networks, Azure Virtual Subnets, VPN, Express Route, and Azure DNS. Thank you so much for joining us for this session. Wishing you a fantastic learning experience and see you soon in the second part of our training dedicated to Azure fundamentals.